Tens of thousands of fans have made the pilgrimage to the greatest spectacle in esports, BlizzCon 2017. And now, it's time for Hearthstone to take center stage. The Heartstone Invitational is next.
Greetings, my friend. So glad to see you at the end once more, especially on such a magnificent occasion. Upon my invitation, 4 teams have journeyed to BlizzCon. The best players in the land now forming alliances to battle as a group, a team, a brotherhood.
We're the Grime Street Grifters.
We are Jungle Giants, the big-time Buccaneers, the Chillblade Crusaders.
If I had to be honest, I'm not really looking forward to playing against any of these teams. I was really hoping for some stronger competition.
Your 2014 World Champion, Firebats!
And I really feel like this might be the easiest tournament I've ever played in my life.
If we weren't confident, then what's the point of being here?
We brought the best decks. We have chillest dudes, hottest guys. We're gonna crush them.
We're a great team because we have a lot of variety. We all love each other.
We already have the best Hearthstone competitive player going to the World Championship. We have the best streamer, and we have Ali. All right? How can we beat it? Like, if someone beat us, they're gonna put that on their resume because it's the biggest achievement of their life.
Can't argue with
Yeah,
that.
everything that Toasty said, that's actually our team motto.
One team will be remembered forever. Welcome to the Heartstone Invitational at BlizzCon 2017.
This is the day you've been waiting all year for. It's Christmas, Halloween, New Year's Eve, and your birthday all rolled into one. The best day imaginable, the start of BlizzCon. And if you're a Hearthstone fan, get ready for an event unlike you've ever seen before. We've got some of the world's best players, the most popular streamers, and a fabulously fun team concept. Welcome to the Hearthstone Invitational. Greetings from the commentator's desk. My name is Frodan, and I am joined on the desk by Sottle and Brian Kibler. Together, we have the pleasure of welcoming you guys live from Anaheim, California for BlizzCon 2017. Sottle, how you doing, man?
Oh, I'm feeling amazing. It's such an incredible honor to be back. This is now my second BlizzCon. The atmosphere for the opening ceremony was incredible. I can't wait to get started with the invitation.
Yes, before we get with the invitation, Brian Kibler, give me your first reactions of Kobolds and Catacombs.
Well, for one, it was great to see half the crowd chanting death, death. When Ben Brown was asking where they wanted to go. And, of course, Dragon Soul, my new favorite card. I'm super excited.
No surprise there. I didn't even have to ask the question. I knew already.
Right now, I'm just waiting to open you in a treasure chest right now. I don't even know what's happening. But.
Very thematic. And, of course, we're really excited for all the content that's coming, as well as this weekend. We are here for the Invitational. What does that really mean? This is very different from the Hearthstone Championship Tour, Sottle.
Yeah, we have a series of different challenges for our teams, but that is the crucial point. This is going to be a team format. 3 players on each team will be communicating throughout their plays, and we'll be listening into some of that as well throughout the day.
Yeah, and the winner of each match will earn a treasure. That's basically how we're keeping score. It's the points they earn throughout the day. As we see here, the total treasures won determines the ranking at the end of the day. The first place team will go directly to the finals, while the 4th place team is eliminated.
Right.
The 2nd and 3rd place teams, they're going to play off tomorrow.
That's right, and we'll also see the top 2 teams meet in the grand finals and find out who will be taking home the trophy. And you might be wondering how we're going to actually have the teams face off. Well, we have a variety of formats this weekend. We're going to, of course, dip into Standard and Wild, 2 formats that Hearthstone players are very familiar with playing. But we also have Excavated Treasures, which is a unique format. And what does that really mean for the audience who are watching for the first time, Sottle?
It means that they're going to see a lot of exciting and different things, because Excavated Treasure starts the teams with a certain amount of pre-built cards in their deck, between 10 and 20 somewhere. They have to fill the rest out themselves. So they've been forced to play a certain amount of wacky archetypes in their lineups.
Yeah, and each of the teams had to divide the 9 classes in sets of 3. So 3 pairs of classes, or rather 3 trios of classes, had to be distributed between the teams, and they had to make 1 deck for each format with each of those classes.
All right, well, enough talk. Let's go ahead and meet the team. Starting off with the big-time Buccaneers, featuring Disguised Toast, and who is qualified for the 2017 World Championship, and of course, Ali Straza, a rising streamer from 2017.
Yeah, that second team is then the Jungle Giants, featuring the arena god himself, Kripparrian, the one and only original Hearthstone World Champion, Firebat, and then their wild card, the memer himself, known as Jackie Chan.
And then up is the Chillblade Crusaders, as we heard them say, the chillest dudes around.
Yeah.
RDU from Team G2 Esports, Dog from Team Liquid, and Navi Ut, the Australian heartthrob.
And of course, perhaps maybe the dark horses, or at least they feel like they're confident. We have Kranich, who's been to almost every BlizzCon since Hearthstone's inception. We have Reynad, the owner of Tempo Storm and creator of many decks that you've seen. And Patra, also a rising star from the Asia Pacific region. So looking forward to see how she's able to compete on the global stage for the first time. So why don't we go ahead and head to the tavern and meet said teams and players with TJ and Admirable.
Thanks very much, Ferdinand. I'm standing on stage with Kripparrian from the Jungle Giants and Disguised Toast from the big-time Buccaneers. I want to get a few words with you guys before you get on stage to get started with your matches. Krip, the Hearthstone superstar. How does it feel to be playing on such a big stage here at BlizzCon?
Feels good. Been a few times now, and every time it's a little bit exciting, a little bit interesting to see how the people in the audience receive what we do here. And we're going to have some pretty interesting moments for you guys, hopefully.
Are you going to take down Toast?
Seems likely.
All right. Well, Toast, I heard you had a few words that you'd like to give to Kripparrian before your matches later.
Yeah, I got something to say. There's this streamer by the name Krip. When I watch his videos, I gotta hit skip. His streams are filled with nothing but salt. When he loses, he cries, "It's not my fault."
I think that's all we need to know. Thanks very much, guys, and good luck in your matches. Let's send it back across the stage to That's Admirable, who's standing by with 2 other players.
That's right. Thank you very much, TJ. I am joined here by 2 more players, Andre Reynad Yanyuk of the House Tempo Storm, the first of his name, the Unlucky, Lord of the Arenas and of the First Decks, the Breaker of Metas, King of the Great Salt Sea, and Father of Doomguards. And this is Navi Ut of Australia. First question to Reynad. What's the biggest challenge you faced preparing for this team event rather than an individual event?
I mean, honestly, it was kind of balancing everybody's input for a new format that we hadn't seen before. We're going to be playing with these excavated treasures decks here, and that was definitely something we hadn't seen before in competitive play. So, just talking to Patra and Kranich and kind of getting everybody's opinion on how we take on a new format and trying to balance that into a lineup that we think is strong.
And Navi, coming from Australia, the time zone difference had to be a big challenge for you guys. How did you balance that amongst your team for preparation?
Yeah, so the main difficulty we face with the whole time zone difference is working on our communication skills. Like, obviously, when you have 3 players playing and you're all trying to articulate your thoughts on what you guys think is good, what you guys think is the right line, it can get a little bit confusing and stuff can get lost in translation. We have our own rap god on our team in RDU, maybe not as good as Toast, but if he puts in a bit of work, you might get there. So yeah, just trying to communicate within the time frame that we have. That was like the main kind of difficulty that we had.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys play and take on these new metas. For now, let's head back over to the desk so we can kick things off.
I really like the dynamic we got going on. I feel like the Hearthstone mixtape featuring some of your favorite streamers and personalities would be quite the hit, in my opinion.
They're going to throw down an album any day now, I think.
Yeah, Toast got buzz. Who knew?
I didn't know that, but I definitely think Ben Bro's on notice, or perhaps he's handcuffing Toast right now and preventing for the Invitational. We're not sure, but for now, we're going to get ready to kick off the Invitational here at BlizzCon. But first, let's go ahead and hear from some of the other players that are joining us this weekend.
This is my first time at BlizzCon. Really excited to be here. Like, never thought I'd actually get the chance to go to one, let alone like be a part of one. Like, it's pretty crazy.
This is my first time at BlizzCon. Being asked to be here is one of the coolest things that's ever happened to me.
It's an honor and a privilege. BlizzCon is really one of the most amazing events of the year for me. It really is just an amazing thing to be a part of every year.
It's BlizzCon in terms of an audience that's passionate for the game. This is it.
My favorite thing about BlizzCon is just meeting like all the other streamers, all the other players.
I just want to see the community enjoying themselves, enjoying the show that Blizzard put on.
Yeah, BlizzCon is really fun. Tons of people all coming together celebrating games. What's more fun than that?
It's gonna be a blast to play on stage in front of everybody. It's just gonna be fantastic. And we are gonna try our best to win it.
I am nervous to be on the stage, but it's okay. I got my teammates.
There are like so many people watching Hearthstone matches, and I think it's one of the most powerful stage I've ever experienced.
It's crazy, like we can all just be in one room hanging out, and we're all brought together by Hearthstone. I don't know, it's just a cool place to be around. Just love it.
Certainly going to be an exciting weekend, and as we mentioned, it will be a team format for anybody joining us. It's going to be 3 versus 3 as we have 12 players ready to duke it out. And of course, one of the most important things that's not only for the viewers, but also the casters is some predictions, hence why we have Sottle here on the desk, as he is currently our reigning champion 2 seasons in a row. So go ahead and talk about some of your predictions for this weekend.
Well, I have gone with the Chillblade Crusaders for this one, which seems like a fairly straightforward pick to me. The dynamic is supposed to be that you'll have one high-level competitive player on your team. But if you look at Chillblade's lineup, you'd be hard-pressed to know who the one was. They could all hold that mantle. So to me, their lineup just seems kind of broken.
Yeah, I went with the same pick, the Chillblade Crusaders. Not only do they have 3 top-level competitive players who've all been to championship events, several of them even already have team event experience. Right. RDU and Dog both playing in events like Trinity Series, where they are communicating with their team and deciding the best plays. So I think they got to be the favorites in this event.
I got to show some love for the Jungle Giants. I feel like Kriparian is, despite the fact that we meet him all the time as the Hearthstone superstar, he actually is a very underrated player when he puts his mind to it, as shown in October Brawl and also in the past. No love, apparently, for the Grime Street Grifters, though. Everyone's doubting Kranich, Reynan, and Patra. A little bit sad there for the casters, but perhaps maybe they could prove us wrong. Who knows?
I think it could be like October Brawl itself, where everyone wanted to vote against Reynad's team just to get him even more salty.
All right. Well, thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Styles, thank you so much for joining us for the prediction segment. Let's go ahead and meet our first team for this Hearthstone Invitational.